assassin, like, well, it's very risky, but if you want to pull it off here, the Ling, I would say the Ling is not bad here. Up against a Geek fam, against the Yeep and the Claude, that's solid. But yeah, the Claude can actually escape from the Ling quite easily.
There you go. ONIC, at the moment here in the early game, it doesn't seem like they can compete with the quickness, the rapidness of Geek fam right now, and you can already see that they're setting up for the first neutral objective. Remember, this is the first Lord of the game.
Gonna be resetted. Good wall. Good barrier from Keyboy, keeping it at bay. As Geek fam tries to go for more, Albert's still level 3. Despite picking up that purple buff, now goes in, and it's still Nile who takes it away. Albert, there's no way they can test for this turtle. ONIC though, seems like they still want to go for the poke. Sans giving vision for the team, but it's obviously going to be free for Nile. Goes up with Retribution, real world manipulation, locking them down with the call. Also saves them for now. Sans running, but he gets taunted down. Keyboy getting out, but the first blood will be picked up by Luke. And now that's another for a boy. Albert still 2 levels down, jumps in with a puncture. Once again, another puncture to go and reset, but Beloy's waiting in the bush. Down Breath of the Ocean, knocks him up, but Albert was able to escape. Nile still looking for that shield immunity.
Good look for him as well.
Yeah, Nile as the rookie have the fire on him. That's why he will prove that he will gonna try to be the best jungler on this season, but look at that.
Rough waves, onto Sans, a real world manipulation to take him down before the Cult Ultra even comes down. And ONIC are losing the early game hard to the Geeks.
Yeah, ONIC is getting pressured by Geek fam movement, but nothing that they can do right now.
Let's see, CW with the crossbow tank, dodging away from the shield unity. Keyboy gets the kill. CW now going to be chained down with a blazing duet out to the back. Shadera finds a kill back. Keyboy forced to flicker defensively. And it's another win.
As a more easily to dive in.
See, that's the complicated answer. The easy answer, Mirror Curse.
Yeah, we don't like you.
I'm sorry.
So you just said that it's still early game, right? What are we waiting on from ONIC? Wait a second, wait. Beloyski?
Rough Waves gets out. Keyboy, wild charge, perfectly timed to the Rough Waves, and now it should be Beloy taken down. CW picks up the kill with that glorious killing no team. Geek fam were able to just zone the Porcupines away. Chidera, whoa! Blazing duet to the back. CW might get solo kill. The call ultra defensively. That's Keyboy with a wild charge, but Chidera gets out with a Purify. He gets caught in the barrier right now with the Rough Waves and the Breath of the Ocean with the Petrify. Locks him down. Keyboy still able to flicker out.
No way.
The real world manipulation from a boy with a flicker.
A lot of bodyguard for CW. They called Altar from Faramis, or even Keyboy using the wild charge if Klaus getting inside. And look at the goal difference there. That it's not too far. The goal difference from Kadira and CW here is only 1,400 gold. That can be easily chased by the CW if the team fights happening.
Oh, but that's kind of one item, right?
Almost one
item ahead. CW, he needs to catch up. Earlier on, we see Beloyski trying to look for an engage, but Albert here.
Going Rose, Phantom Execution. Ooh. That's a shutdown for Sans. Albert getting him low enough for that shutdown to be taken away. But for now, it's still ONIC playing it a bit safe. Luke getting brought back to the team. He actually mistimed his second skill. Now gets chunked to half. Taunted up by Boots, knocked up again. Albert with another engage in with a puncture. 3 punctures and a Thorn Rose. Not connecting. Nile in that bush, finally getting red out. That's a barrier to stop him. But Geek fam do not want to continue. That's a brilliant taunt onto Chidera, forcing a BMI and chunking Chidera to half HP.
After looking at that engage, we gotta ask, is Albert building tank?
He is. Utility.
I think so.
He went in for a very aggressive emblem and talent choice, but he's building into tank?
But if he's building like all-out damage, it's gotta be dangerous when the contest is happening. Because Albert can get easily picked off because Geek fam having a lot of burst damage heroes like maybe the Beloyski using the Rough Wave to aim for Albert later. That's why he gonna need all of the defensive items.
Do you think that... Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, no way! Oh, he almost got it. That final weakness point was popped up, but Chidera, welcome to the Chad era, ladies and gentlemen. Petrify on the back with only a Rough Waves. Not enough damage to shut him down. That's a Breath of the Ocean. Albert with a puncture out of the Breath of the Ocean. Penalty zone dodged away from Albert. Using that Thorn Rose. Now Luke getting taunted up. Keyboy dealing some damage. There's no gold laner here for ONIC. Beloyski with the conceal. Now the Breath of the Ocean. Knocking Boots up. No Rough Waves to play with. Phantom Execution. Back and a flicker with the Appraiser's Trap, but the boy reacts to it perfectly. Now Boots with some damage. Boots very low. 1 HP. Beloy splashes him with water as he takes him down. That's a wild charge defensively. Albert puncture. 1-2. One more hit from Chidera. Albert is running for the hills. He falls to a boy despite a phantom execution. And it's all Geek Fam.
What a
this is
nice
it.
fighting game.
Beautiful, beautiful, but at the end of the day, Geek Fam just steamrolling over the Sky Kings. This was your MSC champions. Does the change on Kyrie into Albert affect ONIC gameplay this much?
Oh!
The steal! What? Did he steal it?
Yeah.
T-Boy! Always with the play, he stole that with a barrier! And now he gets slain, he gets punished, but whenever you count them out, that's when the magic happens. CW with the Inspire, still running away. Rose Gold Meteor popped in by Chidera. CW gets a bit more HP right now. Chidera running him down. Weakness points not ready. CW and Chidera, it's a stalemate. Both of them disengaged. Niles looking for the kill though. Now as Albert jumps with the puncture, gets out.
Look for a comeback here.
Not yet, I think, Eterna. It
What is he
still
waiting for?
Needs, like maybe the Haskell, because it have the frenzy, it have the life steal, so it's gonna be really important for CW, but he needs to wait it. Or the Wind of Nature, because the Blasting Duet from Cloud, it's gonna be dangerous if he just dive in using the BMI and targeting the CW. That's why the Wind of Nature is there.
Okay, so finally ONIC find a CW in a comfortable position to go in for these team fights, but wait a minute.
Oh, too many mobilized from CW's first skill. Now there's only one wild charge from K-Boy! And now the call Alter as CW finds a kill onto Malloy. The real world manipulation stops them in the back. CW looking for the crossbow attack and he finds it! Oh no boy! CW with a double kill. Chidera in the back now looking for him. CW has that with a nature. That was a taunt up and a knock up. Chidera taken low. Albert with the execute in the back. And he finds it.
Oh my God!
With 1 HP! The Young Lord getting out to safety. The winner truncheon used up by Nile as Keyboy and Boots continue the fight. Boots able to sustain back up as CW is back to full HP. All the weakness points and now one more first kill to seal the deal. ONIC are back.
Really good team fight composition. What do Geek Fam do? Do they look for a pick-off before they go for this Lord?
I think they need to look for a fight. Just a straight up fight. What do you think, Colius?
Give them need to pick up someone first. If they play like contesting the Lord with all the 5-man, like 10-man on the Lord's pit, it's gonna be dangerous for Geek Fam because ONIC have the Cult Altar. ONIC have the Albert using the Tone Rose and the Retribution more accurate during the contest because of the damage.
Okay, Boot jumps in, good Thorn Rose. That's a Petrify used up, now the call also comes down. Retry battle! It's Albert who wins it against Nile. Taken very low though, Albert will be slain. He gets punished for that.
Wave until the Albert is arrive again on the land of down and they're gonna do the team fight again.
It looks like that's what Keyboy's doing, exactly right. CW picking yet another item here in that Sea Halberd. What does this mean for their team fights?
Well, for now it means that for both, wait, CW goes in very aggressively. Luke, penalty zone with a nature popped in by CW, getting out 1 HP! The co-alter saves CW, but Luke flickers forward to find a shutdown with a big hammer. And the Blazers back connecting to the back, but Nile survives with a damage reduction from the Tortoise of Poissons as Boots goes in for a taunt onto 2. A boy still able to chunk him low, to slow him down, and ultimately to take him out. Geek Fam back again, 2-0.
Like continue to maintain that top wave a little bit better here, but I'm scared, I'm worried. Geek Fam, they have Chidera, Claude, who can easily go for a plan and beat execution down in the bottom side, but look at this!
CW gets out, that Rose Gold saved him, he sells it for the win of nature now. But CW is a bit too low. I think ONIC might have to concede this Lord for free. But no, they're still staying. Boots, taunt, 2 members. Boots gonna be taken down by Claudera. That's a kill that marks the end of this contest. Albert now running back with ONIC for the hills as Luke just gets another smash in the hammer.
I guess there's a possibility that maybe ONIC needed to contest that because of their lack in range, right? When it comes to Siege, when it comes to base defense, with Geek Fam having a boy, that's a lot of high ground as well as Beloyski to try and go for that backline, and here is the process.
Real world manipulation to the back right now. Wild charge on the 4! That's a purified for Jadera, but it's too low. The call altar grants the team a second life, but now it's all gonna be melted down as the winner truncheon was used up by Nile with a crossbow tag from CW. Connects onto the back. A winner nature by Jadera to survive, and it's a penalty zone from Luke. Albert buys the immortality, but it's a bit too late. Now CW handling the Lord gets all the weakness points onto Luke. A boy still chunking Sans low. But Geek Fam will finally choose to back away. Now looking at the mid lane, Keyboy with a good smack in the face, but Chidera had that BMI planted.
Yeah, Cult Altar is the key, Eterna. I think they need to pop it on the right moment, on the perfect moment when Geek Fam tried to go all out to aiming maybe for the CW or even the other's hero. That's why they need to play the kiting game, they need to play the patient game, the waiting game.
Beloy used the Petri. That was a desperate attempt from Geek Fam. And now it's a wild charge. Knocking Beloy up. That's a Thorn Rose. Beloy gets out with the oddity, but Keyboy's taken very low. Immortality pop in the real world manipulation still, and it forces the Cold Alter. Was that a penalty zone by Luke? It was. Phantom Execution now onto Chidera. Good shots with the true damage on that endless battle and the passive.
Geek Fam have no resources left though. They only have the Blazing Duet coming in from a Chidera, and his Purify is coming out really soon. Despite that though, it doesn't look like ONIC want to go for this. Keyboy looking for the proper engage. Can he find that miracle play once again?
Chidera's damage now, BMI back. CW still at full, Chidera at half, Beloy. Also Chunk, Athena's shield. They're popped in by a boy, Albert taken very low. Phantom Execution defensively, and a boy might pull the trigger with that RWM. Look at how low Albert is. Keyboy with a wild charge onto the back. A boy buys the Immortality and flickers out to safety. But CW with a crossbow tag onto the back finds him. The Immortality going to be sold for the winter truncheon, and the boy buys a lot of time. Meanwhile, on the back, it's still ONIC running for the hills. CW versus a boy on Chidera with a split push. And Geek Fam have taken game one.
Wow. The Chidera sees the moment. He sees the moment that can go into the mid lane and destroy the base.
Should be able to displace them in these team fights.
Yeah.
But Geek, oh man.
Wow, the calculations from Luke.
And Boots and Keyboy know it. That's why they didn't want to dive into the outer bottom turret. It's gonna be dangerous if penalty zone have been used.
Keyboy, no ult just yet, no rage to play with. Beloy, on the other hand, has that Divine Judgment. Oh, Nile gets splashed with some damage. San's dealing a lot. Phantom Execution used up with the Cold Alter as well. Now giving them a lot of HP. Retribution, but the Tyrant's Rage is timed perfectly onto it. Divine Judgment defensively, but Boots runs him down. Beloy 1 HP under the turret. That's a DPC, and it saves Beloy. Nile picks up the first blood. It's a big W for the Geeks.
Oh.
Never afraid to use that torn apart memory as poke. You don't need to just use it as an execute.
We have a fun fact here by Grab. Wait a minute, Albert.
Oh, that's a lockdown, but the Cold Alter saves him. Chidera with the solo kill. Up top with a good flicker in. Now a boy with a Stampede, bringing both of them back under the turret. Chidera with the torn apart memory, but the Cold Alter comes in and Sans splashes Chidera, finding a kill. Keyboy with a Tyrant Revenge, but it is a boy who finds a kill onto Albert.
I think it's really good using the Cold Altar to make them back and go away without any kill points from both of the teams.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Almost cancelled by the go away. CW using this really well, but wow, Nile still wants to go in. Inspire used up by CW for the sustain. Penalty zone. CW is...
penalty zone is the third option to be stolen from IMU.
That makes sense. But looking at these items, it doesn't make too much sense for me. Brody leading that much. Is he only ahead in one item?
Yeah. But that's what makes Brody so good. You don't really need a lot of gold, like Goldie's already mentioned. You just wait for that power spike, and even if you don't get any kills in the laning phase, as long as you're able to clear it out and siege the turrets down, that's a big W. Divine Judgment. Penalty zone used up as well. Already, there's a lot of things just thrown out here with the Cold Ultra on a 2 of both of the teams used up. Thorn Rose gonna CW low. Boots able to escape Tyrant's Rage onto 2, but there's no real follow-up. CW still playing in the back. Torn apart memory to be used up in the Phantom Execution to the back. Finds 3. ONIC forced back, and Keyboy is taken to 1 HP with that bloody retribution from Nile.
1-4-0 trade here for the side of Geek Fam. Boots trying to opening up vision and give information towards his team, but in the end, I do not think that he is going to be able to make a miracle play happen. But look at this, Albert is actually re-entering this. It's going to be a 50-50. Albert, they want to go for it.
Tyrant's Revenge, lock and loop down. There you go, that's a deadly catch. Nile versus Albert, but Beloy does not. He's waiting for it. Oh, it's a stampede into a penalty zone, into a torn apart memory. The wombo combo from Geek Fam. Now it's a go away from CW, forcing them in this tight spot. Now there's a lot of damage pulled in by the Muddles. CW versus the world. Now it's a Phantom Execution onto the back. CW eating up that damage, but it has the Inspire to sustain back up 1v1. CW with a shutdown and a triple kill. They're trying to get it to a position where it's easily reset here. Beloy's trying desperately, but look at Boots just standing closer to the Lord, not giving Geek Fam aggro. Keyboy charging the Tyrant's Revenge, a good spot out with the Muddles as Luke gets chunked with 2 basic attacks. Just with the Muddles though. Beloy looking for another opening. Niall going in. Boots dashing forward, trying to bait in the penalty zone. Onto the back. CW did not pop to go away in time, but the Divine Judgment is stolen away by Sans, and he finds the kill in Tyler's range, onto the back. But CW is not in range to go for anything. No Inspire, a boy the flicker in. The Shadow Stampede brings them back for the damage from Chadera. But a Terrify delays this inevitable end for Keyboy. 3-4-1, the Lord also in favor.
Boots was able to slow push the bottom side, and throughout that entirety of how that all happened, they had to lose 3 turrets, almost losing 4. And those kinds of trades, sure, in the grand scheme of things, it does favor... Wait, in the short scheme of things, it favors Geek Fam, but in the long term, it favors ONIC. So they have to be careful about their housekeeping as Niall goes in with the Conceal.
Conceal from Beloy. Oh, he finds Keyboy. Drags him back. The deadly catch in time. But Keyboy gets slain by Luke. That's a massive pickoff. CW the Muddles. Deja Vu to Echo versus ONIC and MSC. The same exact scenario. CW dealing damage. That's a Divine Judgment that Sans stole away. And he pulls Niall back to give ONIC another kill and a breath of relief.
At least they get the one base turret from the top lane. And it's really important that Geek Fam needs to reset it right now. With a lot of minions coming, are they gonna like push it to another team fights? Because Chadera...
Oh, Divine Judgment, Boots. Bit too much that he could chew. Luke with penalty zone, torn apart. Memory! Takes Boots down, but CW does a lot of damage with the Muddles and the Inspire.
And it's a really important Lord because it's already evolved. That can help if ONIC got it, but if Geek Fam got it, it's gotta be the if a lot of heroes from ONIC getting picked off by Beloy.
Penalty zone onto the back. CW still free hitting in the back though now. Niall moving forward, finding the kill. Luke gets a call alter. Torn apart memory going to be used up as the Lord gets reset. Now to Divine Judgment. No, it's actually Winner Truncheon to evade from it. And the Muddles are still placed down. Keyboard with the Tartar's Revenge. No Flicker committed down. No Albert though. This is free for ONIC. No for a Geek. Niall finds it. Beautiful retry. I thought CW...
He facilitated in these particular team fights. If not, we'll see the exact same story as we did earlier on in that Lord fight.
Yeah, because using Inspire, it's not easy to get out from the penalty zone Eterna, so he needs to be careful about his positioning. He's not been caught by Luke or even Beloyski.
CW is an absolute menace every single time in these kind of situations. Look at him. Oh, Beloy is looking for it. Gets caught in the Tartar's Revenge right now. Gets knocked up, but the call alter saves his life. Boots getting brought back to the team, but still has that immortality. Now back again. Consecration. Tournament memory and a stolen penalty zone. CW again saving ONIC from their demise. It's another splash of damage from Sans to take Luke down.
Bruh. We never expected, and yet the unexpected happens over and over as they go for the siege this time around.
Oh, that's a splash though. A boy finds a shutdown. It's 2! A boy with a double. It was CW earlier, now it's a boy, and it's Beloy with a Divine Judgment pulling. Keyboy back, Tartar's Revenge. Niall able to evade from it though with a good puncture out. Now Keyboy losing the immortality. Boots looking to get him out. There's a call alter from a boy to save his own life. But the call alter will run out and Niall will keep on going. Sans has a Divine Judgment, but it only connects onto a boy. And Niall assassinates Sans.
No way. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 members are off the board for the Yellow Porcupines. The main damage dealers are all gone. Boots and Keyboy. What in the world can they do? Just the 2 of them alone.
Boots is pulling the minions. He's successful at that. He's pulling the minions again, but Divine Judgment will be able to lock him down finally. Boots in the back. Now Slayer to torn apart memory. Niall jumping in. Keyboy trying to make a miracle play. The Geeks have taken down the team above the sky, dragging them down to the depths.
It's like deja vu. We see